If I told you that a single action, done the right way, could completely change how women look at you, talk to you, and even seek your attention, would you believe me? The truth is, almost no one does this. And those who discover the secret notice the difference immediately. But be careful. If you apply it incorrectly, it could have the opposite effect. So, pay attention to every detail and stay with me until the end so you don't miss anything. Have you ever felt that no matter what you do, women only see you as a nice guy, but never as a real potential partner? This happens because most men follow a predictable pattern, trying too hard to please, or just hoping that women will naturally recognize their value. But here's the secret. It's not sweet words, money, or status that change their perception of you. It's how you position yourself in your daily life. Women notice the smallest details in a man, the way you enter a room, how you maintain eye contact, the firmness in your voice. All of this communicates something about who you really are. And the truth is, if you're always trying to please, constantly giving in, or seeking approval, you're sending out weak energy. Women are naturally attracted to men who exude confidence and authenticity, and this perception can change completely with just one action. Imagine two men arriving at work. The first one walks in with his head down, avoids eye contact, and sits quietly in a corner, waiting for things to happen. The second one walks in with his head held high, greets people firmly, speaks clearly, and makes decisions without hesitation. Who do you think gets more attention? Who earns more respect and curiosity? This subtle difference in behavior defines how women see you. And the good news is that you can adjust this starting today. The shift that transforms your interactions with women isn't about memorized lines or elaborate strategies. It's about your posture, your presence, and the way you show that you're in control of your own life. You don't need to be the most handsome or richest guy in the room. You just need to act with conviction and clarity. Do this just once, and you'll see how drastically women's behavior toward you changes. Most men believe the key to attracting a woman is in what they say, but the truth is that the problem often lies in how they act. Have you ever been interested in a woman, tried to be kind, available, and attentive, only to notice that she started treating you with indifference? That's no coincidence. When a man positions himself as someone always accessible, he loses. One of the most important elements of attraction: mystery. Women value a man who has his own life and doesn't revolve around them. If you're always ready to reply to messages instantly, change your plans to please her, or wait for signs of interest before making a move, you're putting yourself in the wrong position. This sends the message that your time isn't valuable, and a man who doesn't value his own routine will rarely spark genuine interest. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed that some women pulled away after you started showing more interest? If so, what do you think caused this change? Drop a comment, because this happens to more men than you might think. By sharing your experience, you not only understand your own mistakes better, but also help other guys avoid the same trap. The point here isn't to ignore or mistreat a woman to get her attention, but rather to find balance. A man who has control over his life and isn't always available creates curiosity. When you become too predictable, you lose the element of challenge that is part of the attraction game. So before we continue, leave a comment. Have you ever tried too hard for a woman only to end up being pushed aside? I want to hear your story. The simple attitude that changes everything. There's one male behavior that, when applied correctly, instantly changes how women perceive you. It's not a trick or manipulation, but rather a shift in posture that separates ordinary men from those who naturally attract attention. This attitude comes down to one thing: clarity in communication. A man who knows what he wants and expresses it without hesitation exudes an irresistible confidence. Many guys make the mistake of being vague or uncertain in what they say. Phrases like, "We can go out someday," or "If you want, we can plan something," show indecision. Women don't want to be responsible for making all the decisions. A man who says, "Let's have dinner on Friday. I know a great restaurant," demonstrates leadership and purpose. This triggers a natural instinct of respect and interest because it shows he's not afraid to take control of his own life. This same clarity applies to any interaction. When you express your opinion without fear of disagreement or answer a question directly, you show authenticity. Men who try to be too neutral, always agreeing or avoiding giving direct answers, end up being overlooked. Women are more attracted to those who have conviction in what they say and do. The difference between being seen as just another guy or someone who sparks curiosity lies in how you position yourself. The simple act of saying what you think and making decisions without hesitation drastically changes how women treat you. It's not about being rude or authoritarian, but about showing that you are confident and decisive. Starting today, try speaking with more certainty and see how it changes your interactions. The science behind female interest attraction isn't a logical choice. Women don't coldly analyze every detail about a man before feeling drawn to him. Interest arises instinctively based on subtle signals that their brain picks up before they even realize it consciously. These signals come from your body language, the tone of your voice, and the way you interact with the world around you. When a man conveys confidence and purpose, he triggers deep attraction mechanisms in a woman's mind. One of these triggers is scarcity. Women are naturally drawn to what isn't easily available. This doesn't mean ignoring them or playing emotional games, but rather showing that your attention needs to be earned. A man who is always busy with his own life, who has clear goals, and who doesn't seek constant validation becomes more intriguing. The lack of urgency to please creates a powerful contrast, making the woman feel the need to invest in the connection. Another decisive factor is body language. A man who maintains a relaxed posture, makes steady eye contact, and speaks at a measured pace conveys authority without needing to be forceful. Small details like taking up space when sitting, avoiding excessive gestures, and steering clear of nervous movements make a huge difference in female perception. Often, it's not what you say that matters, but how you present yourself in the moment of interaction. A final, one rarely discussed but extremely powerful element is the ability to embrace silence. Insecure men feel the need to fill every gap with words, while those who are comfortable with themselves understand the value of a pause. When you speak less and observe more, you create a natural air of mystery. This sparks curiosity and gives the woman space to actively engage in the conversation. Attraction isn't about persistence, but about creating an environment where she wants to be. Now that you understand the principles behind female interest, let's turn theory into practice. The way you behave in daily interactions defines how women perceive you. Small changes can create an immediate impact, making you a man who stands out without excessive effort. The key is to demonstrate intentionality in everything you do, from how you communicate to how you lead an interaction. Let's look at a real example. A man runs into a female coworker in the hallway. The first type of guy gives an awkward smile and mutters a shy, "Hey, how's it going?" hoping she'll carry the conversation. The second man, instead, makes eye contact, maintains firm posture, and says, "Good morning. You look excited today. Something good happen?" with a slight smile. This subtle detail sparks curiosity and invites the woman to engage without feeling forced. Another practical example involves setting up a date. Many men make the mistake of leaving the decision up to the woman, saying something vague like, "Let me know when you're free." This shows hesitation and a lack of direction. The right approach is to confidently state, "I want to take you somewhere interesting on Friday. Are you available?" If she's not, she'll suggest another day. You demonstrate leadership without being overbearing. The same approach applies to texting. If she takes a while to reply, instead of sending, "Hey," or "You disappeared," simply go on with your life. When she responds, avoid showing impatience. Reply normally and continue the conversation without seeking attention. Women can sense when a man isn't dependent on their validation, and that naturally makes them see you as high value. The mistake 99% of men make that makes women lose interest. There is one behavior that makes women lose interest quickly, even if they were initially attracted. This mistake happens when a man becomes too predictable and too easy. Often, it's not even a conscious act, but a reflex of the fear of losing connection with the woman. The irony is that by trying too hard to hold on to that connection with exaggerated gestures, he ends up pushing her away even more. The problem arises when a man starts shaping his actions around the woman, neglecting his own identity. He replies to messages instantly, cancels plans to be available, and agrees with everything she says. The intention might be good, but the consequence is disastrous. He becomes uninteresting. When a woman realizes there's no challenge or mystery, attraction fades. Women form emotional connections with men who have their own purpose and priorities. If a man is always available and eager to please, he loses this essential element. The dynamic shifts, and instead of being someone she wants to win over, he becomes just another guy waiting for her attention. This doesn't mean treating her coldly, but rather having clear boundaries and a well-defined life. The solution to this mistake isn't to ignore her or pull away on purpose, but to maintain a healthy balance. A man should value his own time and interests just as much as he values interacting with a woman. If he sticks to his routine, follows his passions, and doesn't make the woman the center of his attention, he naturally maintains respect and attraction. Female interest isn't gained through total availability, but through authenticity and self-sufficiency. Now that you understand what truly influences how women treat you, it's time to put it into practice. Small changes in your behavior can lead to immediate results. Today, try a simple experiment. When interacting with any woman, whether at work, the store, or even in an online conversation, speak directly and confidently. No hesitation, no seeking approval. Observe how this shifts the dynamic of the interaction. Another interesting test is adjusting your availability. If you usually reply to messages instantly or are always ready to help, scale it back. This doesn't mean ignoring or playing games, but rather showing that you have a busy and interesting life. You'll notice that by not always being accessible, women start showing more interest and curiosity about you. One more powerful exercise. Next time you're invited to something, take the lead in the decision. Instead of saying, "What do you want to do?" say, "Let's go to this place. I think you'll like it." This simple shift in tone and posture demonstrates leadership and makes your presence feel completely different. A man who has clarity in his actions naturally attracts more respect and admiration. Now, I want you to make a commitment. Choose one of these changes and put it into practice today. Then, come back and share in the comments how people reacted. I want to know if you noticed a difference in how women treat you. This small step could be the beginning of a massive transformation in your social and romantic life. So give it a try and see the results for yourself. If you want to keep learning how to become a more confident and attractive man, don't forget to subscribe to the channel right now. This ensures you won't miss the upcoming content that will help you evolve even further. And before you go, watch the next video already on your screen. It will show you another essential detail that can completely change how women perceive you. Click and check it out.